Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, bringing you the start of Chapter 10 in my Castlevania Night Difficulty video walkthrough. Excuse me, once again made up with sinus bullshit and nasally as hell, but this is the Titan Graveyard, and this start section is actually one of the more enjoyable platforming moments of the game, because it works for a change, and it's got a really nice dynamic camera. But once you've done the platforming, it comes to the part where you're out in another really frustrating area of the game, because there's the bog, and if you land in it, you can generally never get out, so it's always a death screen. And then there's a bunch of enemies that are not very fun to fight, so it's one of those levels that you know you're coming to the end of the game because it's just kind of dead and grim and dire, and there's not really much going on with it. But what can you do, I suppose? What can you do? We are, of course, approaching the Necromancer territories, which is the last Lord of Shadow before the end. And we're actually coming towards the level where you'll see the guy in my new intro, and the boss that we have to fight, which is a pretty cool video because I've got a really nice strategy against him, because he's dead simple if you know what to do. And that's where you fight him, on that little pedestal over there, but we've got to get to that before we can fight him, and that is what this level is all about. And this is the Titan Graveyard, so just be grateful you didn't have to fight all these fuckers, because them battles sucked dick. Sucked more dick than Sasha Grey. But keep moving along here, do your nice bit of simple platforming. If you've got any points spared over and you want to upgrade, feel free to do it, because you're coming really close now to the end of the game. As per usual, use your abilities to make the fight shorter, and you're going to get introduced in a moment to a new enemy type, which is this like plant guy that's only got half a torso that scuttles across to open coffins and turns them into like spider coffins. And if you can kill the guy that jumps into the coffins, there he is. If you can kill him before he goes in the coffin, it'll make your life a lot easier. But that one right there is a cutscene, and there's nothing you can do. So you'll notice that the first thing I try and do in this fight is I grab his buddy to stop him from being one of those fucking spider things, and then I grab his other buddy, and there's one left now, but I don't think I get this one. Oh, I do. And that's what you want to try and do if you can. If you do this, you'll only have to fight one of the casket spider things, and that's going to make your life a lot easier, because these guys aren't hard to fight, but they've got a lot of life, and because they're so big, they can hit you from ridiculous angles, and sometimes it makes it hard to move because they've got such, you know, such a wide berth. But the best way to fight them is to just keep stunning them. As soon as you see it go for an attack, you can either sync, block, or dodge, and then when they start glowing, you can open up the coffin and kill the guy inside, and it's the end of the fight. You still have to finish him off though, because for some reason he's super tough, and be careful, because when I went to grab him then, I accidentally picked up the key and he hit me, which nearly killed me, and I got really lucky. But these are the enemies you're going to be fighting in this area. If you don't like them, you're going to have to get used to them, because this one and the next level is full of them. If the next one's a one, I think it is. But they're not too bad, and if you've got an abundance of holy water, it absolutely dicks them. I think maybe 2 or 4 holy waters will get them to the stun so that you can finish them off, which is always useful. And right there on that body is another one of the health shards, and for me that was the last one I needed to upgrade my life, so my life's getting a little bit longer, which always makes things a little bit more simple. And on this part it's just a case of assembling 2 pieces of the puzzle to make one of the Titans move. So once you've popped that piece into this, it'll move the hand, enabling you to go across to the next section, where you can pretty much do the same. And it's all pretty simple, you know, you've seen it before, you've played it before. It's disappointing because this game was so promising at the start. It's almost like at this point the production value didn't warrant anything more interesting than just, you know, a simple, you know, get a key puzzle, put it in the robot, put it in X spot to do Y thing. And this is the bog that if you land in, it's going to choke you, and you need to be really careful. So time your jumps well. If you fuck them up, pray your checkpoint's closer than it is, and it never is. But when you run up here, there's going to be another fight with a bunch of the coffin dudes, and I think this is your second key. This is a tough one though, this one, because it's a really small environment, and you can get trapped up against the wall because they're so big. So that's another one of these guys. Look, there's 2 of them now. That's not what you want. If you can kill all of the crawling guys, you're going to survive a lot longer, but unfortunately I got 2, so I managed to clean the buddy up. And the strategy with 2 is the same strategy when there's 1. Just keep hit and running, hit and run, keep dodging, evading, try and keep them pivoting at all time, because if they're pivoting, they can't attack. They can't attack and pivot at the same time. They have to turn, get you in their line of sight and do their move. And you'll notice that I'm using the Holy Water now, because I really can't be arsed with this fight. I don't like this enemy. I think they're cheap. I think they're a nuisance, and you shouldn't have to deal with it. It's just a poor design. And there you go, that the next Holy Water stuns them both. And I do believe I only managed to get one of these guys out of the coffin. The other one comes back alive, but he's weak because he's been down into the stunned state, which tells you that you just have to attack him a little bit more and he'll die by his own, free will. So just keep attacking, keep him pivoting, keep moving. Watch out when he rears like that, because it generally means he's either going to do an attack you can block or his unblockable attack. And there's one you want, the other one you really don't want, because it can irritate a good run. But just keep hitting him, rolling. There's probably a really good way to kill these things that I'm not doing, but I didn't experiment enough to figure out a cool way to kill them. All I know is that they're gay and you never see them again after a few levels, so what's the point? But kill the plant dude. He'll drop a key. Then once you've got a key, you can go across the other side of the map. There should be a fucking key, I'm almost certain. Maybe not. Or maybe I got one, I can't tell. Excuse me. But once you've got 2 of the pieces, you need to pop them into the back of one of the titans and he opens up the end of the level. But we've got 4 minutes left, so I'm probably going to be finding the other key. And right there, I knew I wasn't going to make the jump because I didn't have a decent run up, and if you get in the middle of that bog, you're not coming out. And be careful on that jump, because, yeah, look at that. Just look at this shit. It won't mantle onto the hand. I've literally got to go to the fucking ramp. And I left it in just to show you how much bullshit that water is. And then you get to see it load again. You get to tell it that you actually want to restart the checkpoint, because when you pressed it the first time, you were only kidding. But luckily enough, that is the checkpoint, so I didn't lose too much progress. But yeah, the reason I left that in is because that's something that frustrated the hell out of me on this level, because the faster you try and do these jumping sections, the more you seem to fuck them up. I mean, look at this. I've done it again. There is no way I am getting out of this water. See? So I just restart the checkpoint. How gay is this? It's just bad. It's weak. Really weak. But, try once again. Do I make it this time? There we go, I make the simple jump. And then when you come over here, this is where you've got to put the gem, and when you pop it in once, it will move you to the next one, and then you can get the last piece. So there goes the arm, it moves up. And then you can run up onto its arm and you can jump across. Yeah, this level just sucks. There's no defending this level at all. It's just, I don't know, it could have been such a cool place and they've just killed it. Oh, and if you jump up here straight off the bat, I don't think you can skip the fight, but it's an interesting area to try and fight them from. I quickly give up on it though, and I come back down and I start spamming the holy water, because you'll notice there's 3 of them now and there's not a lot you can do about that, so you've got to fight them. But they're not too bad, it's just be careful, that's obviously the ground attack, you want to get away from that as quickly as you can. I managed to stun them all then. Maybe if you attack the caskets instead of using the quick time event, you might be able to finish them all off quicker. I'm not too sure, but I know there's no more coffins for them to jump into, so I focus on getting the plant dudes out first. And as soon as you've got the plant dudes, you can just finish them off with another throw. But this is where the second key is. Once you finish these dudes off, you can run back to the Titan that I put the piece in its back. You can put the second piece in, and the level's done. Yeah, I don't know. It gets towards the end of the game, and it just loses a lot of what made it something unique. The demo really sold a better game than what you got, I think. But it's going really cheap in bargain bins these days, so I am exceptionally harsh on it because I wanted it to be so much better. Both a Castlevania fan and a fan of action games. But here's the last guy. He's just been taken out. There's the key piece. Oh no, we need to kill him first. Just hallucinating here, seeing things that aren't even there. Oh, maybe not. I have the second piece. There you go. And once you've done that, you can jump up here, and then you can jump back across. But be careful, this jump's another bad one. You've got to jump a lot later than you would think, because if you jump earlier, you'll just end up in the fog, and the mist, and the dirty bog, and it'll just kill you. You'll get frustrated, and the checkpoint is not going to be kind. I wish I was lying about how unkind these checkpoints are, but they're garbage. And then once you've stuck that in, skip the cutscene, and then you just have to run back along his arm. Oh, right now there's going to be a fight you can skip if you follow what I do. I don't know if I do it good enough, but I might fuck it up. I think it's skeletons. So ignore the skeletons, jump onto here. Oh, not here, sorry. Jump across to there. If you can get to that glowing platform. Look at this. Why is he not grabbing that fucking platform? If anybody before this thought, you're just harsh. You're too harsh, Chris. You've been slamming this game for its platforming. Its platforming's fine. You're just a hypocrite. Look at that garbage. 2 fucking jumps, no grab, no detection. And people wonder why I moan. You know what I mean? They've only had so many years to perfect this kind of shit. It is a basic principle. Basic principle. And they messed it up. But that's the end of the Titan Graveyard. I'll see you in the next video, guys. I hope it's helping. And you take care now.